Hi, I'm Kaname. In this video, I'm going to explain the particle what. What does the topic marker what do? So the basic function of the particle what is to focus. There are zillions of topics that I can talk about, but I want to focus on one thing. In this situation, you mention the thing using the particle what. For example, I show this pen to you, and I want to talk about this pen. I will say, このペンはとても使いやすいんですよ。I mentioned this pen using the particle what because this is the focus of my speech. This is the topic I wanted to talk about. And the topic must be something that I and you can focus on. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, it would be weird to mention the thing using the particle what. このハサミはとても使いやすいんですよ。You have no idea which scissors I'm talking about. Even if I can focus on the scissors because I know what I'm talking about, but if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you have no way to focus on the thing. So in order to mention something using the particle wa, the person you speak to also need to be able to recognize the thing. Say I'm holding a scissors in my hand right now. I can see it, but you cannot see it. In this situation, I first need to tell you that I'm holding a scissors. So I can say, 今私の手にはハサミがあります。Right when I made this statement, in your mind, the scissors popped up, even though you still don't know what kind of scissors I'm holding right now. But in your head, this idea that I'm holding a scissors popped up. Now, I can mention the scissors using the particle は。今私はハサミを持っています。このハサミは青いハサミでとても使いやすいんですよ。Now I can mention the scissors using the particle は because in your head this imaginary scissors popped up. Now you can focus on it. Even if you still don't know what it looked like, but you know, yeah, I'm holding a scissors and that scissors is blue and very useful. Take a look at this clip. I took this clip in Odori Park in Sapporo. You can see many objects and people in this video. If I want to talk about one particular object in this video, maybe first I need to draw your attention to the object. For example, I want to talk about the tower in the center. I might draw your attention by saying like this, 見てください。この動画の中央に赤い塔がありますよね。あれは札幌テレビ塔です。I first draw your attention to the tower so that we can focus on the tower. So after we both focus on the tower, now I can start using the particle what to talk about it. 真ん中に見える塔は札幌テレビ塔です。テレビ塔は札幌の中央にある電波塔で1957年に建てられました。I can mention the tower using what because now you can also focus on this object. But what if I want to focus on something that you cannot see in this video? 皆さん、実はですね、あのトイレはとても綺麗です。That would be weird because you don't know like which bathroom. I don't see any bathroom. Is there a bathroom there? You're trying to search the bathroom in this video, but since you don't know, so you cannot focus on the thing I talk about. So in order to talk about the bathroom, I first need to notify you that there is a bathroom. So how can I say that? I might say, この動画の右側に映っていませんが、公衆トイレがあります。I said 公衆トイレがあります。Why did I use が here, not は? Firstly, it'll be weird to mention the toilet using は because, as I mentioned, you cannot focus on the thing because you don't know what I'm talking about. So it would be weird to mention the thing using the particle は but I can mention the thing using the particle が because what が shows is not the topic, not the focus. It just simply shows the grammatical subject. There is predicate あります right? And が shows the grammatical subject of this predicate あります。公衆トイレがあります。Now, because you know that there is a public bathroom on the right side of the screen, even though you cannot see it, but you can imagine that there is a public bathroom over there. Now I can talk about the bathroom using the particle は。この動画では見えませんが、右側に公衆トイレがあります。あのトイレはちょっと古いですが、まあまあ綺麗です。見てください。テレビ塔のちょっと左に女の人が手を挙げている像がありますよね。あの像は泉の像といって大通公園のシンボルの一つなんですよ。So, when I said テレビ塔のちょっと左側に女の人が手を挙げている像がありますよね。When I say that, I guided you to focus on the thing, and once you focused on it, the thing is in your mind, so I can mention the thing using the particle は because we can share our focus on one thing. I'm focusing on the thing, you are focusing on the thing, that's when you can use the particle は If I mention something you have no way to focus on, then the mentioning the thing using the particle は would sound very weird. But if you are talking about a bathroom as a general concept, not a particular bathroom, then if you assume the person you speak to know the concept, then you can just mention the concept using particle は right away. So, for example, say if I'm in the park right now and I want to ask people, I'm looking for a public bathroom. Are there any bathroom in this park? In this situation, I will say, すいません。この公園にトイレはありますか？ありますよ。トイレはあそこです。Here, I mention トイレ using は because, as a common sense, I assume the person I speak to know what a bathroom is. I'm not talking about a particular bathroom. I'm talking about a bathroom as a general concept that people know. In this situation, I can mention the thing using the particle は But if I think maybe the person I speak to doesn't know what a toilet is, then I will maybe start my conversation by asking the person if they know what a bathroom is. すいません。トイレって知ってますか？トイレですか？当たり前じゃないですか。本当に知ってるんですか？トイレっておしっこしたり、うんちしたりするトイレですよ。知ってますよ。バカにしてるんですか？知ってるんだ。よかった。すいません。ここら辺にトイレはありますか？いや、あなたに答えたくありません。At the beginning of this dialogue, I said, トイレって知っていますか？ What is て？て is like, do you know there's a thing that is called toilet? You can use it when you assume the person you speak to might not know the name, might not know what that thing. So you might say, oh, there's a thing called toilet. So like this thing called toilet. That's when you use 何々って。トイレって知ってますか？ You have no idea who is 山口。I mentioned 山口 to you. いや、うちの同僚に山口って人がいるんだけど、Here I said 山口って人がいるんだけど I used the て because I assume you don't know the person. There's a colleague of mine who is called 山口 or whose name is 山口. You can also use what like this. 田中さん、ご兄弟はいますか？はい、姉と弟がいます。Here I said ご兄弟はいますか？ I can use は because I'm talking about a general concept of siblings. ご兄弟は I assume you know what a sibling is. So if I want to ask you if you have any siblings, I might say ご兄弟はいますか to ask you. But since the focus is not a particular sibling, I'm not talking about the older sister or the younger brother. So when this person answered, はい、 姉と弟がいます。This person didn't use the particle は because the focus was not on the older sister and the younger brother. But now, since Tanaka mentioned that he has an older sister and the younger brother, the existence of these two siblings are already in my mind, so I can focus on them. へえ、そうなんですか。お姉さんは札幌に住んでるんですか？いえ、姉は今大阪に住んでいます。じゃあ、弟さんは？弟は私と一緒に住んでますよ。I could use wa because after I know that you have these two siblings, now we can focus on them. And usually in Japanese, once you mention someone or something as a topic, the person you speak to will assume you are keep talking about that subject unless you change the focus of the conversation. So get back to this pen, I say, このペンはとても使いやすいんですよ。I mentioned this pen using what already once. So you assume even if I keep talking, unless I change the topic, you assume that I'm talking about this pen. So I don't even need to mention this pen again. このペンはとても書きやすいんですよ。1年前に本屋で買ったんですけど、気に入っちゃって、それからずっと使ってます。前使ってたペンよりもずっと書きやすくて、一度使ったらもうやめられないんですよ。Okay, in the first sentence, once I mentioned this pen, このペンは、then I didn't mention this pen again because once you set something as the topic, unless you change the focus, we all assume that we are talking about the topic. So you don't need to mention it again and again. So in Japanese, a sentence could be very long. 私の彼は一見不真面目に見えるかもしれないけど、みんなが思っているより、そんなバカじゃないんだよ。大学卒業してるし。しかも私と一緒にいるときは、とてもジェントルマンで、とても真面目で優しいの。まあちょっとはやんちゃなところもあるけど、でも、すごく頼りになるっていうか、しかもハンサムだし、背が高いし、いや、まあ自慢してるんじゃないけどね。でも、本当にみんなが思ってるよりいい人っていうか、この前も私が疲れてる時に弁当を作ってくれたし、しかもマッサージまでしてくれて、なんて言うんだろう。もう本当、超ベリー素敵な男って感じ。By the way, when people talk casually, they often omit mentioning the particle は。This person could have said, 私の彼一見不真面目でバカみたいに見えるかもしれないけど、could have said, 私の彼は一見不真面目で、but when you talk casually, you don't have to actually say the particle は people very often omit the particle. このペンすごく使いやすいんだよ。could have said このペンはとても使いやすいんですよ。That's fine, but people often say このペンめっちゃ使いやすい。あの店のラーメンめっちゃうまいよ。いや、うちの大学の英語の先生めっちゃ美人でさ、俺毎回すごく行くの楽しみにしてるんだよね。Because once you mention the subject or the topic, the person you speak to assume that that's the topic you want to talk about. うちの大学の英語の先生。Now you know I'm talking about the teacher. I don't even have to say wa here. So in real life conversation, maybe you don't hear much of wa because people very often omit them. But anyway, that's the basic function of the particle wa, even though there are some other functions. I can get deeper into this subject, but that's gonna take really a while to explain it, and I don't want to do it.